growing up in the early aughts, of course, High School Musical was around. I mean, High School Musical started in 2006, I believe, so I was about 7 when I first watched it. I loved High School Musical. I still love High School Musical. Is it kind of cheesy? Is it kind of campy nowadays? Was it always cheesy and campy? Probably. Do I recognize it now? Absolutely. But I still get so nostalgic and I have so much fun with High School Musical. And of course, they did High School Musical 2, and then they went on to do High School Musical 3, which was actually theatrical, ended the whole series with them graduating from high school. Ended beautifully and ended very appropriately. But ever since High School Musical 3 ended, the question has been, when are they going to do High School Musical 4? Are they going to do High School Musical 4? Where's the high school reunion that everyone is waiting for? And year after year after year after year since High School Musical 3 concluded, I've heard this for so many years. When are we getting High School Musical 4? And then we got High School Musical the series, and they kind of did, even though I wasn't a fan of the series, I didn't really continue watching it, they did something really interesting with the series by having it disassociated from the movies, by having it just be about the school where the movies were shot, by having the actors come in and play in themselves. Kind of fun how they did that with the series, even though I wasn't the biggest fan of the series. But even with all that, High School Musical 4 is still on everyone's lips. And today, we got some news that Disney Plus may be developing a High School Musical 4. Well, hold your horses. I've seen a lot of people getting excited about this news. Where does this news come from? Where's the origin of this news? Well, this news comes to us from a site called the Diz Insider. And the Diz Insider, it's not that it's not that reliable. It's definitely hit or miss. They've gotten some things right, they've gotten some things wrong. Some things they said did happen, some didn't. It's one of those kind of sites. Anyways, where is this High School Musical 4 rumor coming from? It's coming from their mailbag blog that they did, where a viewer wrote in and asked, is another High School Musical movie in the works, and is another Cheetah Girls movie in the works as well? To which the Diz Insider responded, yes. Disney is working on a new High School Musical movie for Disney Plus. Word on the street is the goal would be to bring back Zac Efron's Troy. And that's it. That's all they give us. That's where this rumor is coming from. That's where all of this fire is being ignited from. And look, like I said, I love High School Musical. Would I get a little bit excited if I heard that they were going to do a High School Musical 4 with the cast returning? I think I would be. If we got official confirmation, I think I would be, especially if Zac Efron and Vanessa Hudgens, which I think they are the biggest gets. If you can get Zac Efron, if you can get Vanessa Hudgens on board, then I think this thing moves forward. I mean, Lucas Gabriel, you're going to be able to get him. Corbin Bleu, I'm sure won't be a problem. Even Ashley Tisdale, who has said that she'll never play Sharpay again, I think you could get her on board for this as well. It's those two. It's Vanessa Hudgens and Zac Efron. Those are who you need to get. And after the Iron Claw, I would think that Zac Efron would be a harder get, but then he also went on and did Ricky Stenicki on Amazon Prime. So I think High School Musical 4 would be a step up from Ricky Stenicki. Even The Greatest Beer Run, I think High School Musical 4 would be a bigger get up from. But I also don't think that Zac Efron in particular is that interested in going backwards. I mean, he worked so hard to get out of that Disney image and to get into these comedy movies with Seth Rogen and these more mature projects. I don't really know if Zac Efron wants to go back. Same with Vanessa Hudgens. I mean, Vanessa Hudgens, she is pregnant. She's about to have her child. I don't know if right now is the time she would go back to High School Musical 4. And you do kind of have to address the fact that these two dated for quite some time during the High School Musical phase and then broke up, and it kind of seemed like a messy breakup. I don't know how. I haven't seen them in the room together since 2008, so I don't know how well that ended off for them, and if they would be willing to come back and play husband, wife, whatever Troy and Gabrielle are going to be at this point, because you can't ruin Troy and Gabrielle. You can't have them break up. You can't do something stupid like that with a reunion movie. You got to have them together. Would Zac Efron and Vanessa Hudgens be game for that? Personally, I don't know. My instincts would probably lean more to no. But I think the biggest thing with the High School Musical 4 is, would it work? And I don't think it would. Personally, I don't think a High School Musical 4 makes a lot of sense. Even though nostalgically High School Musical 4 sounds great in my head, the High School Musical franchise is all about high school. It's about the basketball team. It's about being in musicals. It's about being your true self, basically, is the whole message of that franchise. What would you do now that these characters are like 40 years old? Like, would you just do an hour-long special with them doing a high school reunion in some gym talking about their life. Like, what story would work within the High School Musical setting for these characters now, like 20 years older? On top of that, Disney Plus, if they were going to do High School Musical 4, Disney Plus, I don't know why they would do that. I mean, you put this thing theatrical. You put money behind this. You get these cast back. You get Zac Efron back. You're going to be paying money. You put this thing in theaters. I mean, High School Musical 3, when it was in theaters in 2008, it had a budget of like $20 million, and it went on to make like $200 million worldwide. So if you're going to do High School Musical 4, don't do it on Disney Plus. You put that thing theatrical. You put some money behind it if you're going to get these guys back, which I think is a long shot, honestly. So this is totally just a rumor. There is no confirmation from Disney or anyone involved in Disney. This is just some guy who has had reliable stuff in the past, but he's saying that this is in the works. Do I personally believe that High School Musical 4 is in the works? I do, but not for this. I think they have a backup. If they can get Troy, if they can get Zac Efron back, and I think they'd go for it. But I think he's a very hard get at this point, and if he doesn't sign on, I'm sure they'll spin off something with the TV show. They'll do something with High School Musical because it's still a popular brand in Disney, so they're not just going to let it fade away. But do I think that we're going to see this come to fruition? Do I think we're going to see these sets of characters come back in High School Musical 4? Very unlikely. Well, thank you very much for checking out this clip from our live show that we do every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time called Zach Milne Talks Live. If you like talking movies, if you like talking movie news, why don't you consider hitting that subscribe button before you leave? We do that on this channel all the time. But if you still need some time before you fully commit, you can check out the full video this clip is from right here, and you can check out another video over here. The subscribe button's right here.